Welcome to Dog Life Radio.
All right. Hello, everybody. This is Rossi Jujo from Dog Life Radio coming at you, episode 48. Thank you so much for joining. We are coming in hot. We are coming in hot today, people. We are closing out 2018 with a serious heavy hitter of an interview, of a conversation, because it really wasn't much of an interview, but we have got David Henry, IFBB, that is the International Federation of Bodybuilders. David, the OG Henry. Oh, man, this was a fantastic conversation. I got the chance to actually sit across from him. So, excuse me, he was sitting across the table from me, and he's just an enormous guy. Super cool, man. Sat down, and we had a conversation. We spoke about lots of stuff, but David is, I think, most notably known. Maybe it's not too much of a stretch to say most notably known as winning the 2008 Mr. Olympia bodybuilding for men's 202 pound. So he has been in the bodybuilding scene for a long time. That's where he gets his name, the OG. He's been competing for a while. Anyway, he's got a background in the military. He's in the Air Force. We talk about that. We talk about guns. We talk about pet peeves in the gym, things that just piss you off. We talk about training. We talk about eating and supplements, of course, because he's a bodybuilder, right? He's Mr. O. Of course we had to hit that. We also talk a little bit about social justice warriors or internet wimps, people who are hating online, bullying, if you will. We talk about a lot of different things. Fantastic conversation, so hang tight. We will be back with that, plus a little bit of advice from me on what you should be listening to or watching. And by pause for the cause, what I mean is I want to take a moment and thank our sponsor, longtime podcast sponsor, Death Wish Coffee. Check them out at deathwishcoffee.com. They have got two brews for you. One is their signature roast, the Death Wish Coffee Blend. Darker, bolder, the strongest, most caffeinated coffee you're going to find on the planet. And then they also have their Valhalla Java Odin Force Blend, which is a more milder brew. Also really, really good. This is not a gimmick coffee place. These guys are fantastic. I know you will enjoy it. I was drinking their stuff before they started sponsoring the show. They are awesome. Love them. And then also just want to take one more moment to do a special shout out and thank you to Jim over at Absolute Nutrition Center over in Chicopee, Massachusetts on Memorial Drive. Longtime friend and supporter of the podcast. He gave me his back room so I could actually sit down and talk with David. But he's a fantastic guy. Great place to go. More than just supplements, people. You can go there and get your protein bars and powders and vitamins and CBD oils and everything you want. But you're going to get a whole lot more when you go see Jim over there. They will help you with your nutritional planning. Talk to them about the best stuff on the market from supplements. You can also do so much more. They're doing training and coaching over there. They've got a number of people always walking in the store that are professional physique competitors, bikini competitors, strong men, everything. But they also have people like myself, everyday folks coming in just wanting to be fit and healthy. They're fantastic people. Check them out. That's Absolute Nutrition Center in Chicopee, Massachusetts.
Whoa, how did we get on this podcast?
I'm not sure, but I like it here.
It's pretty great, but we should probably tell everyone about our own podcast, Fueled by Deathcast.
Hell yeah. Comes out every Thursday from the Death Wish Coffee Company, the world's strongest coffee.
Every week you can hear me, the Incredible Jeff.
And me, the amazing D-Man.
And we talk about new science discoveries, breaking news from Death Wish Coffee, and we welcome a special guest from rock stars to astronauts and ask them all the question, what fuels you?
The podcast is available right on deathwishcoffee.com and wherever podcasts are found, including iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, and more.
Plus, you can now watch it live on the Death Wish Coffee Company page on Facebook and watch all our videos over on YouTube.
All right. Now you know all about Fueled by Deathcast and how you can listen to it.
But first, let's finish this podcast.
Let's get back to the show.
Okay, and we're back. One last item before I release the conversation with David O.G. Henry. What you should be watching. So in terms of podcasts, what you should be listening to this week, I'm going to pass on that one again, just because I want to focus on what you should be watching, just because I recently rewatched Born Strong on Netflix, a fantastic documentary following four of the greats, specifically at the time it was Eddie Hall, Zydrunas Zavickas, Brian Shaw, and Hafthor Bjornsson. For those of you who don't know those names, those are the top four professional strongmen on the planet right now. Eddie has since retired, but it's a fantastic look into their lives, what it takes to actually get it done at that highest of levels. It's really interesting. I think you'll find it fun to watch. Born Strong on Netflix. And with that, I turned it over to my conversation with David Henry. Enjoy. Okay, we're rolling. All right, this is Dog Life Radio, and I am Rossi Gigio. We're doing another road show. I wanted to thank Jim and crew here at Absolute Nutrition for loaning me their back room, and I'm here with a really special guest, Mr. David Henry, International Federation of Bodybuilders, IFBB. David Henry is in the house. Thank you so much for joining me.
No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No, this is great. So we were just talking, and I was so looking forward to this interview. You're the first pro bodybuilder I've had the chance to actually talk with, let alone sit down face to face. I know, that's it. No holds barred here.
Yeah.
But let's just do a little bit of background on you. You've been competing for a long time now. Since like 2001.
Jeez, no. My first bodybuilding show was probably 1996, or actually 93. Sorry, 93. I was 16. Did the Latin Classic. Took third in the lightweight novice. Didn't know what I was doing. I didn't train.
Yep.
I just jumped on stage because somebody thought I had enough muscle to do so. Took third out of like only 4 dudes, I guess, but so whatever.
Yeah.
First little trophy from that, and then I didn't do anything until I about 20 years old. Did a bodybuilding show in the military, the Mr. Olympia. Took the most muscular and the first in the middleweight category on that as well. Again, half-ass training. I didn't know what I was doing. So, then I actually hit Pro Stats November 28th or so in the 2002 at the Dallas Nationals. So that's when I actually got that status on there. So before that I was not practicing, I guess. I was competing all in Texas because that's just where I was, for the local shows and things. And so since I'm going to give it legitimately since 2004 was the first real year of actually competing as a pro. Again, no categories. It was just that was it.
That was it. Yeah. I was going to ask about that too, because now you're competing in the 212,
Correct. 212
weight class. That goes back a few years, but I mean it doesn't go back all the way, so it's still kind of in the newish space.
It is. It's gained quite a bit of a following, and the fan base is tremendous for that right now. They rather see us, I think, than a lot of the open guys, because it's more predictable out there in the open atmosphere than it is for us, because any one of us at any given point in time can be dethroned, thrown off, whatever. And this forces us, the guys that are 5'6" and under, to pay attention to diet, because everything's condition. We all have the size.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's who's paying attention to diet and wringing it out like they need to.
So, I wanted to ask you about the 212 piece and packing on weight. I mean, you're an enormous man, and I would assume that if you didn't watch it, you could just bulk up to as like, how's as big as you've gotten?
No, my body just won't do it, man. I'm a super hard gainer. Even at 43 years old, my body's still saying. For those of y'all that didn't catch it on the radio, it's double middles. It's saying, yeah, we're not gonna gain weight unless you eat like a half a house. So it's really tough for me. to gain that weight. So, but what I do gain in quality tissue is evident.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So every year that I improve, it's just by half pound, a pound or so, you know,
Yep.
of lean tissue size and stuff. And heaviest I've been 232, and it wasn't a good looking 232.
Yep.
You know, I really was pushing and eating, and it was an off season that really wasn't structured. Unlike now I've got a direction here. We got a clear cut goal. I'm having a legit off season starting tomorrow, actually, my first leg day out, until about June. So I'm not doing anything from that point on till June. I'll start ripping and stripping from there. You know, whole emphasis being lower half, concentration and stuff, and bring my body weight up to where it's a lean 230 or so. You know, that's what we're looking at.
So, okay, I was going to ask that. So, as you're peaking up for a show, and you're saying you want to get to a lean 230, and is that with the assumption that you're going to end up cutting down to get in? Because it's like fighters, things like that. You got to weigh in beforehand, and you're kind of getting yourself the piece with bodybuilding. You want to get dry anyway because you want to get very shredded. But, so you're cutting around 15, 17 pounds or so.
Right. We structure to where, you know, if I get that high or higher, that's the first goal, is hitting that point. Basically want to lose about half pound to a pound a week. You know, on the diet portion of that, to where pretty much the goal is to be around about 215 to 217 a week out.
Yep.
You know, and not 208. You know, and kind of stuff. So that's where I've been, and that way it's like, man, when that stuff comes down, it's going to be visible that I put on some lean mass, some lean size, and you know, where it's going to be is going to be evident as well. So that way, I'm at the top again. I'm at the top of the scale again. They've been playing around with where they're weighing us in at different points before the contest. I and myself and Jose have touted for years, it should be 24 hours before stepping on stage. Period. That's your weigh in.
Yep.
You don't make it, you're done. You know, and to me, just like the rest of these guys that we're talking about, it's like, man, if you're a pro, conduct yourself as a pro, know when your weigh in is, and get the weight where it's supposed to be.
Yep. All
this coming back, you know, to re-weigh in, and we can't see the fact that you weighed in is garbage. You know what I mean? Especially you weighed in 217, and you got an hour to drop to 212. Man, give me a fucking break. That shit. Like you're bullshitting, bro. We know better. You know what I mean? So that stuff, it just seems, you're gonna play fair. At least let's get that part fair.
Yeah.
The rest of it, yeah, that's up for debate.
So if you're weighing in then and you're hitting the mark, how much difference do you have when you step on stage?
Well, that depends. So some guys will hit that mark coming down all the way to where they need to be. Some guys, like myself, are already carving up past that point.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it just depends on what they're doing. You know, I don't know what their whole game plan is, what their respective coaching plan is, but mine is usually going up past the weigh-in. You know, so yeah, I might weigh in at 208, 209, whatever, but it starts going
Yep.
So versus having to come down. So again, I don't know what their plan is, but that's how our goal is.
That's what yours is.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So talk to me a little bit about how you got into this in the first place.
Bodybuilding itself, it was purely an accidental format. And I got my belt, so I wanted to be a WWE wrestler. You know what I mean?
I know the feeling.
So I wanted to be a WWE wrestler. I tried out for WWE Tough Enough in 1998. They came to Korea, down in Osan area. And I made everything other than the height. At the time, they wanted everybody to be 5'8".
Oh, yeah. Yep.
At the time.
Yep.
Again, we know there's shorter individuals out there on the WWE circuit. I get it. But at the time that they were doing their stuff, they wanted everyone to be 5'8". I wasn't. I'm 5'5". So it's like, oh, well, womp. Kill that goal. And so I just trained, man. And I was like, oh, crap, I'm pretty good at this. Body responded well. Started getting better and better. And, I was like, well, I'm really good at this. See how far we can take it. And that's where it all just basically stemmed from there. It was a failed attempt at being a wrestler, if you will, to that. But since I won Japan, I got my belt. So I got a belt, and it looks like one of those belts. So I was like, all right, sweet. Okay, that's secondary.
What is it about the belt? You know, the belt
Love the
versus
belt,
trophies are pretty damn cool and
Trophies
things like
suck,
that.
man. They're hard. They're hard to get on a plane.
They're
huge.
Yep.
They lose their luster, man, after a while. But man, give somebody a cool ass belt like that. It's like it's like you can hang that up in the mantle, man. That's the kind of stuff you can wrap it around things. You know, you can do all kinds of stuff with this belt.
I've always wanted a belt, like the different things I've competed in, little bitty trophies.
Yeah.
I won a samurai sword once in a grappling
Got
thing.
a bunch of swords. It's like
The swords, you know what really gets freaky? Have you seen some of the stuff they win in powerlifting? You know, the big battle axes, and I mean, like these gigantic
how
weapons.
do you just get it back on the plane? You can't. And if you're in a foreign country, good luck with that.
Oh yeah.
You know, I got a sword over in Ireland, which I've yet to see come this way, and I was like, I can't get that back. Mm-hmm. You know, it won't fit in my luggage anywhere and stuff, so just mail it back to me. But so it's like those things. Is like, man, you guys got to rethink your award strategy. You know, on top of that, on what people, when you call it International Federation of Bodybuilding, that means people from all over the world are going to come in and compete, and if they win. Don't be sending them back to Dubai with like a sword or a knife or weapons. Stuff to get them hemmed up. You know, it's like just give them the check or give them more money for not being able to bring that one back then.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, those weapons, that's probably, shit ain't cheap.
No, I'm sure they're not.
Cut me the check for it.
Cut me the check in place of the weapon. Keep it for someone else that can use one elsewhere without hassle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
The belts are cool, though.
Belts are awesome.
The belts are damn cool.
I put that in my backpack. I was like, okay, this is not getting messed up in TSA, man. These, you know, we know how awesome they're paid. Screw up your stuff. So
when you were you're a fan of the WWF.
I'm still.
So
it was WWF.
It was back then.
It was WWF, and they got sued or whatever. And some litigation with the World Wildlife Fund.
Yes.
To change their name, and so they changed it to WWE, and they changed also it's sports entertainment.
Yeah, sports entertainment.
So
there was a taxing thing. I remember back when I was a kid. I'm from this area, and I remember something where I think it was the state of Connecticut was trying to charge them, or it may have been over at the Civic Center in Springfield. They were going to tax them for sports tax to come and perform at the Civic Center. And it was around that same time. Okay. And I wonder if some of that played into it too.
But that's such an industry, man, now. It's ridiculous. And they're selling out in almost every city they go to. You know, still they call it the male soap opera. We get it.
There's a lot. The women are getting big now too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They come overseas when we were deployed and stuff a couple times. They you know, you'd have WWE would show up. You know, on the part of the USO tours. Yep. You know, your comedians and stuff all would be part of the USO packages and stuff, and they come over for morale. Yeah. You know, troop morale and stuff like that. So yeah, they're still around. Some of them come and train down there at the powerhouse in Connecticut, down there, New Haven. Mm-hmm. You know, they've been in there and stuff, and I just keep missing them every time. Like John Cena, he's from the area. Yep. So you know, him and his brother. Actually, his brother's a national NPC competitor and stuff. My wife oiled him up a couple times when she was working for Protan and stuff, and seen him. So you know, those guys are still from the area and everything, and pretty cool stuff.
So back in the day when you were like there, who was your guy? Who was the people that you were fans of?
Stone Cold Steve Austin, man. He's from Texas, from Victoria, Texas. I'm from San Antonio, so you know, that was the dude, man. And I met him a bunch of times already, man. And he's signed stuff for me. He's taking pictures with me and stuff. I was like, oh man, maybe I should go on this new show, you know. And Skull Island, something like that.
Broken Skull Ranch.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, maybe not, because that looks a little rough. We get jacked up, man.
They're doing some serious stuff on that show.
Yeah, but I was like, you know, he's just been a cool dude of mine. Yeah. He was the DTA, don't trust anybody, kind of that attitude and atmosphere, beer drinking dude that I was as well, still am. Just when it's that time,
margarita season, as he calls it.
No, yeah, exactly. So you know, he's just all around. He's actually a cool dude. Mm-hmm. Does a lot of stuff for people, man, and you know, and stays true to who he is. You know. Mm-hmm. And I can respect that.
Cool. He was huge. I don't know. It's arguably...
It was Austin 316, everything, man.
Was there anybody bigger? I mean, arguably the biggest change. I mean, you had Hulk Hogan back in the day.
You had Rock. The Rock was Rocky Maivia. You know, he was part of he was a heel.
He was part of the nation.
Domination. So he was the heel, as they call it. When they select you as a heel, they hate the hell out of you, you know. Mm-hmm. But he had the greatest speaking roles. He still does. and that's why he's worldwide and on all the stuff he does. He knows how to market himself. He's very good at what he does. He's still around. I watch Ballers, So cool ass dude. He's been backstage with us. He actually knows all of us. He was doing an interview, I remember, last year's Olympia, and he knew every one of us, even the 212 guys. And when he mentioned my name, I was like, that's what's up. That's when
cool.
they made it. The Rock's talking about Dave Henry saying, hey, this little guy packs a lot of firepower, and I was like, that's a Rock.
That's a win.
That's a win. He's talking about me, man. So that's cool stuff, man. Just it's the little things. As small as Money Beat to everyone else, is huge to us. So.
That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah,
I mean, the Rock's millions and millions of people follow him. His every word, every post, everything, his movies and shit.
Yep.
That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it is. To me, it was. It still is.
Yeah.
So, nice.
He was part of that cool group there, that the Nation of Domination. I liked Farouk.
Yeah.
Farouk was badass. Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
And I liked it even when he went into, what was it, APA with that other guy. I can't think of his name. They were the Acolyte Protection Agency.
Yeah,
Cashing checks and breaking necks or something. They didn't really get too over,
crazy,
but
man, yeah.
I was a fan. I was a fan of that stuff. I remember back then. That's when you had the two shows competing against each other, right?
Yeah, Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, and Nitro.
And Monday Night Nitro.
Was it Nitro?
Yeah, Nitro was on another. I think another location, another channel.
Yeah, literally back in that time frame. I had 2 TVs set up in my basement, so me and my buddies would come over and we would watch the 2 of them.
Yep.
That was some good stuff back then.
No, I watched both of those too. I watched Sting on the other side over there, with all those guys, and it was crazy, in the AWA, the Four Horsemen and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I grew up with all that. I really did, and I remember my dad had taken me to a AWA wrestling match with the Sheik.
Oh man!
And Bobby the Brain Heenan, and he was around, and people were like, "Who the hell are those guys?" Look them up, guys.
No kidding. Definitely look
all
them
that
up.
kind of stuff, man. Sergeant Slaughter when he was part of that.
Oh man, that's going way back.
That's way back,
talk about crossover.
Yeah. People
forget about him. He crossed over so much. He was in G.I. Joe the cartoon.
Yeah.
He was friggin' had his own action figure and stuff.
I watched that stuff.
Damn.
That's coming way back to people. It's like showing your age. Like, look, if you're in your 40s, you know this. So
absolutely,
no shame in that.
Now, being fans of those guys back then, I think it inspired a lot of people to want to work out and get bigger because they were enormous. I mean, that was like the Attitude Era.
Right.
And they were all jacked.
Yeah, to those standards, then they were all jacked. To us right now, we laugh at them, and be like they're big, smooth dad bods.
Exactly. You compare them to now, like even The Rock back then.
Yeah.
If you look at him, the way back then, he was big man.
Yeah,
a lot of mass.
275,
he was smooth.
Now he's freaking ridiculous shape and trains like a madman, which is fantastic. It's admirable.
It is. He's nuts.
Yeah.
He's nuts. Well, that's what separates people, right?
Correct.
That kind of stuff. So I would think that type of training that you're doing separates from the average person like myself with my dad bod.
I don't pass judgment, man. I leave well enough alone until somebody messes with me, and everybody should know that. And if they don't, they do now. I've become a little older and a little wiser in my ways of stuff of ZFGs, man. And if you guys don't know what that is, look it up. It's a military term. I don't go over it right now, but 0 F's given is what that relates to.
Yep.
So I'm like, leave me alone, I leave you alone. Why can't everybody just do that? A lot of society would be a whole lot better off if we just left each other to our devices, do your own stuff until it directly impacts you. Then have something to say.
It's so much of that where people just sticking their noses.
Everybody's damn business.
And you're trying to post something, like you post something up on Instagram or something, like you're really proud of an achievement, and then you get 17, 20, 100 people going, your form really sucked on that. Man, look at that. That's not even big weight.
Oh, yeah. And it's a lot of people with privatized accounts and stuff that have something to say. It's like, you took time out of your day to do that. Why don't you go volunteer and do something decent around your neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you do something that's a little more gaining? There's so much negativity running around. It drives me absolutely batshit. That go help the homeless, go help vets out, go do something at a local school, Go do something to improve society instead of being a pain in the ass on it by posting crap on my page.
That social justice warrior stuff. People,
Yeah.
they get really big and strong when they're behind,
I'm
the keyboard.
still saying this to the day. I've met zero of the negative individuals out there. Still have. They have not once come to identify themselves saying, "Oh, I'm the guy that told you to go F yourself on the thing," because they know damn well what would happen.
Exactly. Who's going to walk up to you and say that?
Go ahead. I'm telling you right now, my wife ain't gonna save you. She saved a lot of them by like pushing me down and saying, "Hey, it's not worth it." But at this day and age, bring it.
So you mentioned you were married. So
Yeah.
how long have you been married?
13 years, man.
So my question about this is how I imagine the training and the dieting and everything. It's just it's a huge commitment.
Yes.
How has the balance with home life been?
You know what? Fortunately, I met my wife at a bodybuilding show, 2004. 2004 Dallas Nationals. I was coming back home to my home state from Arizona, by way of Arizona, to just be there. You know, at that time, if you, as a pro, whether you were competing or not, you're expected to be at the national shows and stuff and just show face.
Yep.
I met her there, so she knew exactly what she was in for, what she signed up for. I tried not to be that guy, that puts bodybuilding above everything else. I'm not doing that. It's not worth a marriage for me to, torture your family and put them through hell just because you're trying to get a trophy. It's paying bills. Yes. Okay. It's a little more involved, but she has been super supportive, 100%. If there's more than 100% that existed, she's that, from cooking my meals when she doesn't have to organizing my crap and clutter when I kind of don't have time because I'm at work, to all those kinds of things. So she's been part and parcel and definitely integral to my entire system. If anybody I owe something to on the planet, it's her and my man Scott Stevenson. That's it. I owe shit else to anyone else.
So I want to ask about Scott Stevenson, but the question about meals. You were saying before that a lot of it is it's really difficult to pack on size. It's all about eating. Talk to me a little bit about how much you eat, what your diet is.
It's easier to talk about pre-contest first on that kind of stuff because I haven't had a true off season, so we're still laying the groundwork down on this, even as late in the game as it is. I eat around 3,700 calories on non-training days and about 4,200 on training days as far as total caloric intake. And my carbohydrate only comes by way of, usually on non-training days, I'll get carbs on meals 1, 3, and 5 of 6. And on training days, I'll get them on 3, 4, and 5 immediately after training. That's just how my structure is, with the last meal being a protein only.
So what kind of carb sources are you talking about?
I eat a lot of rice, a lot of jasmine rice, a lot of basmati rice. I like the flavors of them, like the smell of it. It smells the house up and pretty nice. A lot of potato sources and pasta.
Yeah.
Just regular semolina pasta. No protein enriched. That stuff sucks, man. You ever try to cook that? It's horrible.
It's really weird when they
it gets
messing
gummy
with stuff.
and it's horrible. Whoever thought that up should just stop. or breads. I mean, white breads, the enriched flour bread. I have no issues with that. Your glycemic index for that, I know it's high and it spikes it, but it's supposed to be for those points and times that I need it to do so. No, it's not my primary. Again, rice and potato is usually my mainstays.
Okay. All right. What about protein sources? What are your...
Lots of protein sources, man. I've varied them over the years now. I eat a lot of red meat. I now eat more chicken than I want to. More fish, more ground turkey, turkey breast, and stuff. So I got 4 different sources of stuff in there besides the protein shake. I'll have one shake a day, and that's usually on training day only. And that'll be an isolate.
Okay.
Those are the sources I have. I love my filet mignon, man. So when I can get it, I've got a great deal with my local butcher, and I get a hell of a deal on 6 pounds of ground beef, 6 pounds of chicken, and 6 pounds of filet for I'm not going to tell you people how much.
Don't want to mess up your deal.
They'll be like, what? So, and it ain't free. I'm just saying it's not expensive.
Yeah, I could see like the red meat is a huge thing. It's funny how there was this huge push about you can't eat too much red meat. It's bad for you.
Right.
And then in the last handful of years, there's been this shift where it's like there's so much more micronutrients in your red meats, and it's not awful for you if you're getting the right kinds and the stuff you're talking about.
The iron content of the red meat keeps me full that we found throughout my contest prep, especially in the final week push of things. So Scott will have my content be more fattier cuts of meat. So I'll have more of like a ribeye steak versus skirt steak or something leaner, New York strip, stuff like that on my training days, especially when we're carb restricted.
Yep.
Okay, so in the final last few days will be fillets only kind of stuff with vegetables. That's really it, and not starchy vegetables, not fibrous veg, of course. Peppers and onions will probably be the max on that. And it helps me. It keeps me full, man, because I deflate easy. I can lose pounds so fast. It's not even funny. If people heard what I lost, I dropped 7 pounds of water overnight for Japan. I was like, dude, this is working too well. He's like, and then all of a sudden it stopped. My body stopped dropping water, which was weird. So from about midnight to 6 a.m. I was up peeing like every freaking 30 minutes. It sucked. I was like, I got no damn sleep.
Yeah.
At 6 a.m. I didn't pee again for 4 hours. My body was at a stable weight and stopped. It, like everything just automatically shut. I was like, what the hell? I said, Scott, I haven't peed, bro, in 2 hours. He goes, what's your weight at? I tell him. He's like, okay, so keep checking. Did you take another round of water drop? I'm like, yeah, I did. Still nothing? I was like, no, dude. And I was like, it's freaking 10 o'clock. Yeah. Tinkle, 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 a little. I was like, he goes, then we reached a set point, which was the first time ever my body just stopped peeing water out. I was dry. I was good to go. And our gauge is when you're stepping on stage and it's hot and everybody's sweating and they're puddling here, and all your sweat is from your head, you're dry. You're good.
Dry.
Yep.
Well, so the Japan show you were just talking about, we were talking a little bit on our way back to the room here about how that was recent. That was a couple of weeks ago.
It was last week.
It was last week. It was a really long week for me, I guess.
No, it was for me too, trust me.
I would imagine yours was probably a little bit longer. But, so you were out in Japan, and things went pretty well for you.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
a victory is always a good thing. You can't control who shows up.
Yep.
You always got these guys, and usually they're from other countries that just pipe in on your feed on, well, if somebody was there, you wouldn't have won. You know what? Well, he wasn't. So
That's
who cares?
Right. Yeah.
You know what? That'd be like telling everyone, for the times that Phil was, when he was dominant during his reign of the Olympias, 7 Olympias, oh, you know what, Phil, he's showing up. Why are you guys even coming in? Mm-hmm. No one's taking that mindset. No one's taking that mentality. The same thing is with me. I'm like, so what? Who cares? Like Flex Lewis, now that he's out of the 212. Just because Flex Lewis is showing up doesn't mean everybody else should just stay home. We're going to give it our best. We're going to try and dethrone him. We're going to try and bring our best game. And hopefully the judges make the right call, which they haven't, but whatever.
we can still work on that.
Right. So, so that's one of those things, man. And it's always the armchair dudes. Guys have never stepped on stage, who don't know what the rigor is like. And we're not just pro bodybuilders. Neither one of us. We're family men. We got jobs. We got training. We got trained people. So our work week is a lot more work. It's not just I lift things up and put them down and shovel stuff in my face. I work at a gun store, man, 3 days a week. Boom, I'm training people between those 3 days a week. Yep. My only days off are Sunday, and that's not even a day off. I got to train myself. Mm-hmm. So for all the ones that got something to say, I'm like, you work my schedule, or you can shut up. I've done 50, 60 hours in a work week during my military enlisted time for 20 years, and still was able to get in that gym after a 12-hour shift and train and get those championships. So again, I don't want to hear your excuses. You have none for me.
It gets to that negativity, man. It gets to that negativity.
You have none for me, and I've been married the whole time too. So please tell me what your excuse is. Yeah. You know what I mean? And a couple of deployments on top of that, where I missed that whole year of competing. So
So you were talking about when you're competing as you're in the military. I don't know anything about the military really, but so there's no restrictions on like getting. I mean, you're a large man right now.
Again, without blowing people up,
Yep.
Not necessarily restrictions, but here's the thing. The mindset of everyone else when you're a bodybuilder is that you're lazy and you don't do anything because all we see you do is eating.
Yep.
Like, no, actually, you only see me eating every 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It just so happens to be that the 2.5 hour time frame, there's nothing going on that I can eat. Mm-hmm. So I was actually busting my ass. I worked on the flight line for freaking 18 of those years. Mm-hmm. Loading bombs and high explosive ammunition and stuff as a weapons maintenance member, and then later on as a section chief. So got my hands crushed and dirtied and just like every damn body else on the line. When it's 112 degrees out in the Arizona sun and you touch an aircraft part bare metal and burn your body parts. So you get off me with all that lazy stuff. How are you going to be lazy and win championships? How are you going to be lazy and last as long as you do in the military? Just because the Air Force is a different branch than all the other ones that are hitting the ground running. You know what? Here's the thing. It's like everything else. You raised your hand. You volunteered to do it. No one's making you do this. Just like bodybuilding. No one's making you do this. Everything in life is a choice. You made the choice to go in the Marines. You made the choice to go in the Army. You made the choice to go in the Navy. I made the choice to go in the Air Force. At the end of the day, we're all on the same page. This flag I wear, same thing. We all are supporting defending the Constitution of the United States, despite how you may see that. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things that I have a big heartburn with, especially when the other branches like to call out the other branches. I'm like, suck it, dude. It's like, you know what? No one's messing with you on yours. Don't mess with us about yours. Again, you made your choice. You know what I mean? Just because that's all you knew and everything. That's all I knew. All I knew was the Air Force. That's not my dad. He's retired. So that naturally was a progression for me to go into the Air Force. Yeah. Could I chose other branches? Most definitely. But at that time, I was a knucklehead kid. My free will was, what do you know? Yeah. Instead of getting out of your own way. So that was my recruiter's destination. I was USAF, man, and I'm proud of that and everything that goes with that. And I wore the uniform proudly, put it up proudly. If they called me back today, I'd go. Most definitely. Do I miss it? Yes. Yeah. Do I miss the people? Heck yeah. Do I miss my supervision? No.
See, okay, when you said you missed the people, 100% in my head I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah. It's that bonding, that brotherhood.
Right. Yeah, man, there's just certain things that you do, man. You bond with the dudes, you come to work, and you know every day is going to be comedy or it's good times when you're out there on the line with these guys, kind of stuff, rather than going to work and every time you get there you're just like, you're tuned up, you're pissed. If that's the case, you need to find another job, get out, or do something else, because this is not good for you overall. You know what I mean? The same with even out here, man. It's a civilian society. I see so much in the customer service arena where everybody's relaying their disgruntled home life onto everyone, the customers. Yeah, and it pisses me off. I'm like, dude, no one's making you be here. Get out of here. Yeah. Go quit. Go find another job. Go do something where you're a little more happy than to come in here and give everyone who's trying to buy something from you or get a service from you attitude.
Especially this time of year. Yeah. You're getting ready, you're gearing up for the holidays. If you celebrate any one of the different holidays that are coming up, even if you're not and you're just out in the store, everything seems just like so much more wound up and tense. Everybody's just ready to snap.
I wouldn't know that because I do not go shopping at this time, bro. I'm just like everybody else. You see this computer you got in front of you? It's Amazon only.
Amazon, that's it.
It's all being dropped at the door. I don't have to deal with those types of people. The Black Friday shopping and all the post shopping things that are going on. Click, 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 click.
Tell you, the only Black Friday shopping I did was here. I came down here to see the guys and pick up a couple things.
Yeah. And well, these types of stores, man, there's no one knocking each other over, threatening holy hell to try to get to a box of freaking bars or a protein shake, man. And so it's like this is a different realm.
Yeah, not like what you see when people are trying to get like a.
It makes the news. TV it's ridiculous. It makes the news. They're like, and this was the scene in Kentucky today. And then 6 officers hurt and several others arrested over some doll.
Crazy.
It's not even worth it, man. It's not worth it, and I'd rather just spend my time, make it easy on myself for the shopping. It doesn't take off any more of the excitement of doing stuff for people than anything else. So I'd rather point and click, and it's fun. So my wife and I will sit and have a couple whiskeys and
I was gonna say it's right there on the shirt. On the shirt.
And
we'll take some pictures. I'll put them on the Instagram.
And we'll chill, man. That's what we do, man. We have a good time. We enjoy each other's company, man. She's a great woman, fantastic mom, excellent wife, man. We have a good time out together and stuff. So this is the reason why I'm still here, and then I have a level head like I do now. She's put into a lot of dumb shit I used to do and stuff, and still doing it. But still
maybe
putting out
less frequently.
Yeah, less frequently. Still putting out fires on the DHN, man. When I want to tune up and open my mouth about some things, so she's kind of like, it's like that shut up and color go in the corner. Yep. All right, So, but it's all good, man. I have nothing to complain about. I've been blessed, man. I've been fortunate, and I'm lucky with a lot of stuff. So I'll keep my head high,
That's awesome, man. Yeah. A lot of people don't have that kind of thing, man. That's awesome for you. Good for you, man. I would imagine, too, having such a long career as well as a long marriage, too, there's probably a lot of things you've learned along the way. One of the things I wanted to ask you is, what keeps you fired up and driving for that next belt? Hopefully it's a belt, not a
for
bodybuilding.
Me, man, I've been striving to do, as everybody hears, legend status. And my new shirt, my new sleeveless hoodie says that OGK legend. I'm going for legend status with that, and I want to be that guy that when I am done competing, when I decide that, they're like, damn, that he's one of the OGs, he's one of the legends, man. This guy, he's got as many titles and he's been competing as I have, as long as Dexter Jackson has. We're the two longest tenured dudes competing on that stage, still, and still racking up wins. So I think Hall of Fame wouldn't be out of the picture. Yeah. Whether winning or not, but as far as hardest working, it's like everyone works hard, and we get it.
Yep.
But everyone works hard at different levels and stuff. Can it be seen? Most definitely through your work at the end of the day on that stage and things like that. But to me, the hard work is everything else you do in life. You know what I mean? Be it again from my career to the family to bodybuilding to training people to basically I'm offsetting what I've learned and I'm putting it onto them. Trying to make them better.
Yep.
I have nothing to lose from that. It's just knowledge. So when I train people, when I teach them stuff, I'm not training my next dethroner. Yep. I'm not training a guy who's going to be stepping on stage with me next week. I'm training, I'm teaching people that want to better themselves.
See, that's something I've noticed a huge difference in. And when I say recently, I'm 44, and recently to me is like the last 5-10 years or so.
Right.
A big difference is swinging that. Mm-hmm. Where maybe in the past, when I first started dipping into gyms and things like that, when I was younger, you didn't see a lot of people trying to help each other out. No, it wasn't. It was like, to your point.
Yeah.
Not like even in the gym where if somebody could help me with my form on something, I was going to do it better. There wasn't a contest in that space.
Yeah.
But the way you were just describing it, going, you just want to help somebody out, pass along some of the knowledge.
Yeah.
I see that shift now where I see a little bit more of it in different circles.
Well, it is a little bit more of that, but we are still reserved because, one, I'm not your trainer. Two, I'm not going to try to interject my form corrections or anything on someone who doesn't want it and may think, oh, this dude just trying to show off or do whatever. Some people may not appreciate it, so I look from a distance. Now if I legitimately see some young kid messing up, man, I'm gonna come there and say, hey man, there's a way you can do this better, bro.
Yeah, if you're gonna see something where somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah, no one wants to see when someone get hurt, but there's some gym memes that go on in that way. You see it, you're like, are you serious? Okay.
I try to you sit back and you go, okay, it's not like I know everything. Maybe they're training for something very specific.
Look, man.
I don't know.
Look, there's just some stuff, bro. You're like, no, man. Like, Scott and I could tell you several incidences when we were training at Gold's Gym in Tucson where people were we call it gym fuckery, and I guess that's what else they call it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The dude was freaking leg pressing on the regular 45-degree leg press. He had 2 plates. He's barely getting that. I think he got like 4 reps. Legs shaky. He racked it. I'm like, oh shit, Scott. He's like, what? I said, dude, this is he's about to F himself up pretty good, bro. He said, what are you talking about? I said, he's barely got 4 reps with these 4 plates. Because I'm just checking him out in between what we're doing. At the time, we were DC training. So this guy piles on 4 more freaking plates aside.
Ooh.
I'm like, whoa, kidding me? And suddenly this fool gets underneath that damn thing. He unracks it, and he locks his knees at first. So he pushes him up, he locks his knees, unracks it. Then he locks his knees, a pop, and then that weight came down, boom, crushed him. It was not crushed him, but he had his knees by his face, man. And his knees, so these are his knees, my hands. He's looking side to side, and I'm like, bro, you need help? He's like, yeah. So Scott and I get off what we're doing, and we go and push the damn leg sled up and lock it for him. And like, what were you thinking, bro? You know? And he was so embarrassed, he left the gym. You know, he unloaded his stuff, all head down, left the gym. Like, you could have effed yourself up pretty good. You could have tore freaking your quads pretty nasty underneath this. You've been out of here in the ambulance. So that's the kind of stuff that you see. You're like, man, ego lifting.
Yep.
People just in there they're outlifting their own capabilities and stuff. So that's one incident.
Man, that lifting with weight, that's something that I have learned over as you get older. I've definitely learned I appreciate the warm up, and there's no need to impress anybody in there. It's like because you can achieve certain goals without trying to I don't know, be world's strongest man.
Annihilate yourself. Yeah, and that's what I teach. That's what I train. Now, I don't teach fortitude. That's not for me to teach. That is for Scott. But I do know it, of course, because I was the guinea pig on the beta testing version of that when he drummed it up years and years ago. But I will show him other things that I've learned through other coaches and stuff through the years. I've never trained or worked with anyone ever, but I have been around in the gyms when they have had their clients and shown me some stuff.
Yep.
For example, Charles Glass. Every time I was at the Olympia and we'd train at one of the gyms, he'd come over, Dave, let me show you something. Sweet.
That's so cool.
You know, you got the man, Charles Glass, showing you how some leg stuff. Sweet, awesome. You know, or I've trained, I had a couple sessions with Milos, man, and holy, ugh. That's horrible. You know, and probably the most famous ones, everybody remember that Dennis James leg workout that he put me through because I was talking trash to him the whole time. And like, I think 2 weeks out from the Olympia, I drove up to Phoenix, and he put me through one of his Dennis James into UT sessions. I threw up 3 times. It was horrible. The first one's a leg extensions alone. I was like, man. And it's funny. He told me, he's like, make sure you drink peanut butter shake, Dave. I said, why? He goes, because it goes down the same way it's going to come up. And he kept yelling at me. Every time I'm laying on the floor, he's standing over me going, come on, Mr. Peanut Butter. Come on. I'm like, fuck you. And he's like, it's not the weight, man. It's how you're performing this stuff. So I took a lot of that stuff away with me, you know. I trained with Johnny Jackson. I've trained with Branch and these guys over the years too. You know, just one-offs when we were sponsored by Muscle Tech. You know, we'd get some workouts in. And those are the kinds of things I was taking away a lot of knowledge throughout those years of stuff. And those are the kinds of things I relay on to my clients and stuff, that it's not all about the weight. It's how you perform it. You can change a whole lot of variables in the system and make this stuff work for you. And it has. Some of the worst workouts these guys have had have been back workouts. They're laying on the floor. They're looking for the bucket. I'm like, really? Normally they're leg workouts.
I would think so,
know?
yeah.
But no, that's happened too.
It's just leg workouts.
You know, but it's how you're performing these things, and you know, I can show anybody. I'm like, look, and that's why I'm gaining the clientele I am right now. You know, I just got 3 more clients that are on the docket for next week to go under the same knife, if you will. And they're seeking me out. I'm not looking for them. They're seeking me out.
What kinds of people are coming for? People who are aspiring bodybuilders?
I've got 4 competitors, 1 female, and 3 regular Joe Schmo dudes.
Just people that want to
freaking just fix me up.
All right.
So, you know, the competitors, I tell them, you get no quarter from me. No remorse. No. You're getting everything I got coming into it, so suck it up. Why? Because I don't get that. I don't get, you know, it's just like, man, you don't get there by just half-assing your way through this, so we're gonna put you through the paces.
Yep.
So this is your off season, so get ready for the preseason stuff. You know, the pre-contest drive. I said I'll tell them too throughout some of the training. Some of these will be in your game day prep, so get used to them. Yep. You know, they some of them know what's coming up next. They're like, wait, why is they stacking up 4 10s each side? Oh no. And they know what's about to hit. You know, oh yeah, we're about to do an in motion drop set. Oh shit. So they're starting to catch on to those kinds of things. But it's fun. It's fun training these people. I'm having a good time, and a lot of stuff I tell people is like I'm a big shit talker as far as when it's winning kind of stuff. And to me, I'm like I'm a bad loser, but I'm even worse as a winner. don't give me a chance to compete and do some stuff better than you, or if I have my clients excelling better than someone else's, I'm gonna talk crap. Why? Because you're running these people around and they're paying you X amount of dollars and they're not getting what they should be getting from you. You're rep counting, coffee drinking, looking at your phone, that's garbage. Give them your time. That's what they're paying for, right? Yes, have your coffee, but man, you better be right there on them. Take a couple sips, put the cup down somewhere. Especially if you're training in the morning. I get it. I'm a coffee drinker, but that's the kind of stuff that I'm seeing, man.
Yeah, well, you see a ton of that, and then also this social media. Look at me, you can be like me, kind of I don't even want to really call them trainers, because there is, this whole virtual training with technology now. There's definitely lots of different ways you can do it, and there's lots of really effective ways.
A lot of online stuff.
So it's not virtual, but it's this whole, taking a picture of me in front of a rented Ferrari, with the chiseled abs, and then
if you buy that, you deserve everything you get.
It's crazy. It's like you see some girl with a nice ass in the picture, and you're like going, okay, so she must know what she's doing. That guy must know what he's doing because he's all bodied up. Nope. It's craziness.
I'll get a legit Jesus i.e. Taco, one of the guys, my first guinea pigs on this whole training realm. Got his before and after pictures, man. He was a smushy 220 pounds, and we ripped him down to 164 for his last contest, and he's done 3 since then. And everyone's in the gym coming up to him for advice, like, what did Dave show you? Like he's gonna give him. Like, no, he told him, go hire him yourself.
Yep.
I'm not gonna tell you. This is the era of confidence that you go get that information. I had to pay for it and get all that stuff. Why am I gonna give it to you for nothing? Yep. You know what I mean? And
everybody wants it easy.
Information is free, and I get it, but to try and infiltrate someone who's already done it and paid their dues, to me is foul. You know what I mean? That's the reason why. Yeah, you got the Insta bros and Insta hoes on the IG who were Insta famous for nothing. And that's another subject on why pros don't get the contracts they get these days. But other than that, I'm gonna say so. The training part, there's a variety of ways of doing it, and we get it. There's no one set system that works for everybody. There's no one set system that doesn't work. The mentalities can vary by and large, but everything comes down to diet, how you run that with them, things like that. If you're going to ketogenic their stuff and give them ketosis for a while, if you're going to rotate carbs in and out of their program, if cardio will be part of their program or will not. Most times, yes. I'm just an anomaly freak that doesn't do any cardio or whatever. I can't not say that and do that to my clients. They'll be like, so what do you recommend? I was like, let's try you with 30 minutes a day. What do you do? Nothing. They're like, you suck.
That's exactly what I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Nothing.
Nope, not at all, man. I have no reason to lie about that. And I should, probably for health reasons, get on the bandwagon, especially this off season. If we're going to push it up to be a lean body weight, I'll probably I got an elliptical in my garage, so it's a nice one too, pre-core. So I'll probably hit that up. Yep. Suit myself up, roll on my topical thermogenics, and sweat my ass off in the garage at 17 below zero when it happens. And I've done it, but by and large, no, I don't.
Yeah.
But for everyone else, they're gonna get it.
That's cool. So in addition to everything else that you're doing, you're competing, you're still doing this, and you're building a client base as well.
Yeah.
Is that something you're thinking about? Maybe well, I don't want to say you can't compete forever. You can compete for a friggin' long time. Okay, shaking your head. Not going to compete forever. Is it going more into the training realm? Yep.
My wife and I, we've already talked about it. She trains her clients, but she does home visits only, which is awesome. She has a strictly female clientele, and she goes to their homes and does their training there. And it's a lot of moms and stuff that don't want to go to the gym because they have the mindset you need to look like you're in shape before you hit a gym. And you hear that so much, it's not even funny. I think I need to look better before I get in the gym. Otherwise, I'm like, man, trust me, there's nobody looking at you. The only time they're looking at you is unless you're doing something to try and accentuate, look at me. Mm-hmm. I don't know, doing stiff-legged bent over rows in the mirror with your butt facing the mirror.
Yes.
Yes, they're trying to look at you, and you know this.
That's a sign.
Doing step-ups in your little bikini tard up there, in the middle of the gym. Mm-hmm. Yes, they're looking at you, and you want the attention, so stop doing that. You know what I mean? Running around with your bro shirts, we call them, man, with the sleeves cut off all the way down to the pit, down to where the waist is.
Yeah.
Like, dude, nobody want to see that.
I saw one of those at my gym this past week, and I looked at it, and I had to do a little bit of a double take, and I was like, is this 1990s? Is this the 80s?
Oh, man, they're still doing it, bro. I was like, are you kidding?
And the kid that did it he was a kid. He was in his 20s. I was like, you don't even know that's not right.
Those are the dudes doing it and that irritate everybody in the gym.
Yeah.
Put a damn t-shirt on,
please,
or even a sleeveless. The sleeveless don't get that crazy, and train. Get off your phone. Stop talking to your buddies. Stop chalking up everything. Stop standing in the middle of the floor, taking up stuff like everybody needs to go around you. There's a certain thing called gym etiquette. Try and use it.
Okay, so now we're on our topic. Give me some of your biggest pet peeves in the gym.
Oh man,
I got one in my head right now, but I want to hear what but just like the pet peeves.
Pet peeves, okay. Shit. I like this. The racking weight's always a big one.
Number one for me. I can't stand it.
Racking the weight is a big one. Racking them in the right damn spot probably is where I would go with that. Stop putting the damn 25s in between the 45s because that's the way you just did it on the bar, and stop being lazy. Go find a weight tree, put them in their order. I find myself doing that, cleaning up the gym. I'm like, I don't even work here. I am there enough, I guess. I'm putting it up, but that is one. I don't mind the cell phone usage. I know a lot of people use their cell phones for music. I do. Yep. Okay, fine. Flip to the next song, go. Or you can be smart. Get on Spotify, not harping on them, or another playlist generating thing. Generate your playlist so you don't have to skip through your stuff and just go. Okay, that's another one. All the women with their booty workouts in the middle of the freaking floor, with the hip thrusts and stuff, taking up flat benches. There's other movements you can do, or elsewhere where it's not. We have to walk all around you and all your weight.
But they got to go bring it over. It's so funny. I see dudes doing it too,
and I get it. I mean, and it's an effective exercise. But man, there's just. I think it's the inappropriateness of where they put the stuff, not the exercise itself. Yeah. It's where they're choosing to do their step ups, where they're choosing to do their walking lunges in the middle of 5 p.m. traffic.
Yeah. Or somebody taking up a whole squat rack to do some curls.
I haven't seen that lately, but I have seen the 15 sets of dumbbells all around everybody on one bench kind of thing. I'm like, man, what are you guys doing? I
saw that with the chains all around everything, and I was just like, oh, come on, man. If you're badass enough to use chains, put them away.
Yeah, and it's just one of the things, again, gym etiquette 101. Wiping down the machines being another one, especially in your 6th season. There was a bad stomach bug going around here. My whole family got it, matter of fact, including me, during the holiday, and it was not funny. And I don't know how we got that stuff, man. It's gross, And I wasn't in the gym, so it had to be elsewhere, So that's just uncouth people, and they inhabit these gyms, man. MRSA and all that other stuff that's out there with skin-on-skin contact. Your pits on top of the preacher bench, and you can get it under your armpits and everything. So
everybody grabbing their face beforehand and picking their nose and then grabbing the dumbbell.
Oh man, all that
That's
stuff.
gross.
I got my towel. Use it. Yes. Shower. There we go. There's another pet peeve. Man, put on. It doesn't take much just to stay clean. At least when you start, put on some deodorant. If you're walking around and you smell like a French onion, man, oh, it's so horrible. it's like, oh, seriously, you can't smell that.
Usually when it's somebody stinking, they can't smell it themselves for whatever reason.
And then you get somebody loud and says, "Bro, you stink." There's a couple loud individuals that like to do that kind of stuff. Hey.
Don't mean any harm, but just saying.
Hey, a little cleanliness, man.
This is gonna help out a lot.
If that stinks, we can imagine everywhere else. Just saying. So keep it out of here. What's another thing? bags on the floor, not a big deal. I'm like, whatever. I put mine where I'm at.
I usually see people they keep that right next to them the whole time, so it's not like it's,
I don't mind that. It's fine. And
places without good lockers and stuff. That's you see.
I don't mind those kinds of things, especially because I got my phone usually in my bag. But once you get past 30 feet, then your connection for your wireless headphones start to get all screwed up. So I want to keep my music with me and everything. Mm-hmm. I usually have a gun in my gym bag anyway, guys.
just so you know,
just so I don't have my bag out of reach. In case you want to step up and have something to say.
Just a word of caution. A word of caution out there.
Hey, I'm a concealed carrier. Everyone knows this. If they don't, and you do now. I believe in my Second Amendment, protected by the First. And the First is protected by the Second. So, those are things that I believe in as well, man. I'm for the United States, period. The U.S. I'm for our country above a lot of stuff, man. And people can't seem to see that when they talk about certain people in power. So we'll leave that right there.
We can do another podcast on that topic.
No, you know why? Because we did a podcast on PTSD and my beliefs in it and stuff on another one. And you know what? Like I said, the only problems I ever had with from people, only branch, it's been Marine branch. Really, every single time that has come on, that's who I get the shit from. Not any other branch. It's a couple other knuckleheads that come on there and have something to say. And it was because of my thoughts on the whole PTSD thing, a mentality kind of stuff. And we went on this 30-minute, spiel about it and everything. And it caught a lot of flack from those, and I get it, from those that suffer through it and stuff. Man, there's help. There is help out there. Use it. And that's all I'm going to say with that. Okay? I don't have it. I've never had it. I can't say I can feel empathy for the ones that do, because I don't know what it's like. Okay, so we'll just leave it those kinds of things. So I did do a podcast, and that was part of a subject and stuff, because of they're like, were you deployed and stuff? I'm like, we're Air Force. Unless you're TACP or pararescue or combat control, and actually out there in the front part of that, we're not gonna we really won't get the traumatizing kind of things, I guess, that other branches will get. Okay, so I can't identify with that, and I'm not gonna pretend to. I'm not a subject matter expert on that particular one. So those that are, speak up. I'm done. I'm done trying to explain my philosophies and thoughts on it, because you always got all the I got big balls behind a computer. Again, I've never met any of you guys in person. So
I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna put on the Karnak hat and say you won't. I won't. I can't imagine anybody doing
because
that.
if you do, don't think that what you say is gonna go without it coming back to you. You can say what you want. I can say what I want. But don't think that your words are going to just become unchallenged or unquestioned.
Well, that's the thing. So you got the freedom of speech. You can say it, but there's ramifications for what you say.
Exactly.
You can say it. Say whatever you want, but just because you say it doesn't mean...
Don't think that someone's going to take that line down either, man. Don't think you're going to come with me and put me down and or my family or anything, and I'm not going to have anything to say about it, because I will. Period. I'm not going to stand for that, and I'll ask you to put it on the other foot. Would you stand for somebody coming up and being disrespectful to you and your family? No, right? Oh, okay. So, what makes you think that is cool for someone else? Okay, so if you wanna be the asshole, then we can quickly change it to that. You be respectful, be a decent human being. That's all we ask, and you be treated accordingly. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to do. I don't put my stuff on everybody else. I don't care. You don't affect me. I call it the 3 Fs. If you're not feeding, fucking, or financing me, I don't give a shit.
I don't think I've ever heard it put like that before, but that's pretty damn good.
Yeah, use it. Use it at will.
The 3 Fs. Nice.
Yes, man. And so, unless you're doing any of those things that affect that, I don't care what you do. As long as you leave me and mine out of it, we're all good, man. Period. I can get along with anybody, until they push those buttons and those levels. So... that's really it. I'm not saying I'm the world's greatest badass. That's not even happening. That's not the point. I'm just saying I'm an individual who's not going to stand for the silliness.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, cool. Other than that, what else you got?
Damn, we've been going a while too. This is good. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So let's talk a little bit more about. Let's jump back into the world of bodybuilding. Okay. Yeah. Let's go back. Talk to me about what is maybe your top favorite moment of your career.
Being named, the Mr. Olympia of the 202 in 2008. That was definitely the highlight of my career that time. Man, and I tell you, that, for some reason, it's bittersweet because even after that, I still don't feel in the IFBB that I've been treated with the same type of respect and camaraderie as the current champions have been. You know what I mean? And then it's just unfortunate. It's something weird in there, man. I'm still here, and it just seems like I'm like the afterthought on a lot of stuff. For that whole year, not much came of that.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know, man. I really don't know. And I still sit there now, and I was thinking about, man, yeah, I won, and that was the first year he had it. Okay, great. And then out those other years, it was Kevin English and stuff, and then Flex Lewis. But there was nothing extra that came with that. There's no extra fanfare that came with this. But to get the 212 title, to the other individuals, and boy, doors open up and all that sort of stuff. And I was even runner-up during those time periods for several of those years, and still something weird was not really clicking. So that's where I learned to be like, you know what, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. If they're not going to recognize me for it, I'm going to be in your face until you have no choice but to recognize what I'm doing, kind of stuff. So that's from sponsors to endorsements and all that kind of stuff. It just never really happened for me, and I've changed attitudes and mentalities over the years of things, and try and be a little more lax with things and a little easier to deal with as a person and things. So I know that wasn't it. I've got a sponsor now, man. And I love those guys. They love me, so we're good. We're all good with that. So,
who's your sponsor now?
Earth Nutri.
All right.
They're based out of California. Some small little plant-based. A lot of stuff is they're doing like a half and half. They got their regular ISO stuff, and they got a plant-based setup. Stuff that's really catching on, which is really good. I'm proud to see that. There was like, oh, Dave, you turned into vegan? I'm like, no.
It's easier on the gut.
It is, and so I'll use it sporadically, man, throughout my training. I'll use like a scoop of the vegan protein with my ISO whey kind of stuff to try and mix up the bioavailability of that stuff and the digestive properties of it. And it still tastes pretty good. They got a coffee caramel, man. I was like, oh.
That's the best thing is when the flavors are coming along a little bit nicer back from the different shit that I took when I was a kid.
Oh man, it's horrible.
Just tastes like ass.
Yeah, especially strawberry.
Oh God, it was
the worst
you were
thing.
like, oh, it's strawberry. That's good. Strawberry ice cream's good, right?
Man,
no,
it tastes like bio. You're like, oh.
I used to stick with vanilla because I was thinking it was just the plainest.
Yeah,
and I could get it down quick.
You can mix vanilla with anything.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why primarily I order vanilla everything, because I can mix it with orange juice. I can mix it with any of my super greens and stuff, watermelon, that kind of stuff.
Your
good.
fruits in there too, if you're going to do that, whatever.
My daughter will drink it.
Yeah.
She won't drink the chocolate. She won't drink the other stuff.
Yeah, even the chocolate's gotten a lot better. Even it was just bad. It just tastes so bad. And now you've got so many, I don't want to say weird flavors, but you got so many different flavors now. Some of them are a little bit out there for my taste, but at least the shit tastes a lot better now.
Yeah, no, it does. And a lot of that, though, you a lot sugar-based or a lot more fat-based. Like the muscle milk. I remember they pulled that off the shelf for a while for the, for the metal content. Well, they had some type of metal in there. I can't remember which one it was. That they were pulling it off the shelves for a while. But everyone drinks that muscle milk like crazy. I was like, well, you look at the fat content of that stuff. That's why it tastes so damn good. Everyone's buying like crazy. I can't remember if it's mercury content or what, but they pulled it off of every shelf for a while. So mercury is one of those metals that your body can't get rid of. It's a heavy metal, so it just stays. It hangs out.
But back to your sponsor again. What's the name again?
Oh, Earth Nutri.
Earth Nutri. Okay, so it's a plant-based stuff. And back to what we were talking about, you were saying it tastes really good. And it's the plant-based proteins supposed to be a lot better on the digestive system, which I think that's another topic that we've gotten a lot closer to and learned more about. Just you don't have to have that bloat after you have a shake. Right.
Yeah, a lot of your proteins now become so refined. Your isolates and stuff like that. Some of them are even supplying them with probiotics and prebiotics in them, to help the digestive ability, and it was just great. I take digestive enzymes when I think about it, and stuff as well, to keep all that stuff moving through, so I don't have any of those digestive issues. And my body's quite regular, so it's ridiculous.
That I was going to ask you about your supplements. So we were talking about proteins, probiotics, prebiotics. Do you take vitamins, creatine?
No, I mean, I'm on a. You'd be amazed at what I do and what I don't do, and that's where the know-it-alls think they know what the pros are doing and stuff based on the other schedule of things. No, I take a liposomal glutathione, liposomal curcumin for arterial inflammation, keep that down, and also for liver function with that. I take a it's a joint supplement.
Oh,
from Urban. No, hey. It's a joint supplement through Urban. Never put on a spot. I kind of forget it.
That's
but
okay.
they got them both.
So a joint supplement.
UC2 with MSM. UC2 with MSM. This is a proprietary product they have as well. Krill oil every day.
Yep.
On that. Tutka just because keep the liver and everything in some type of decency. Because I am drinking beer now. So and you guys that know, I'm done competing for the year, so I can have that. So what? That's not part of the program. You're right. It's not. For 8 months, it was not. But now I'm good.
Now it's good.
So yeah, I enjoy it, man. I when I'm barbecuing and stuff, I have a beer in my hand or whatever.
What kind of beer?
I'm doing more Hefeweizens.
Really, Hefeweizens?
I do. Yeah,
Nice.
I like those, man. Unfiltered stuff.
You do any of like the big boom craft IPAs or in this?
I don't
area?
like IPA, bro. I do not like them.
Oh,
I will do craft beer.
Craft beers, yeah.
But I don't like IPAs. They just don't sit with me very well.
Yeah.
They have a taste. I'm just like, nope.
Yep.
I do a lot of amber ales,
Okay.
Belgian ales.
Yep.
Those are my favorites to do and stuff. So got them, bring them. But IPAs, yeah, they're just sometimes I've tried some. They're not bad, and then I've tried some were just horrendous. It felt like I was drinking somebody's lawn. It was just the worst.
They've got some serious bite to them, and then
They
you
do.
get into those doubles, and sometimes like they've got the West Coast ones and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm like, nope,
Yeah.
nope.
Alright.
So no, those are my favorite beers, man. Got a nice Rolling Rock from Texas as well. It's not bad. Heineken's, things like that kind of stuff. Some of the premium beers, very good stuff. When I am doing it, and again, everything responsibility and moderation.
Yep.
I drink them just to chill out and relax at the house. I will not drink when I go out. I just don't do it. It's one of those things to be self-aware because I carry when I go out.
Yep.
So
Kinda, well,
I'll be
that's
aware
kinda responsible.
of that too,
Yeah.
right? So I only drink at the house,
Yeah.
and that's it, and stuff. So and we don't go out much anyway like that, like that capacity. Maybe to dinner or something, but where you might have one beer at dinner, and that's responsible and enough done.
Yep.
But as far as just being out there tanked, no.
Yeah, those days maybe in the rear view at this point.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, man. And it hits you a little harder even after you're dieting and stuff, so it doesn't take much. But so that's what I do for supplementation there. Bioprene, curcumin, those kinds of things. A bunch of joint sups. We're getting older. Can't hurt. Why not?
Yeah.
Even if
Well, especially I would assume with the amount that you train.
Yeah, that too.
You know?
I mean, we all get our aches and pains. We're getting older. Things are a little creaky. So yes, be proud of the warm up.
Yeah, that's it.
Proud of the warm up. Lucky enough, man, I'm not broken to where I need any type of surgeries or any type of replacements and stuff. I've been lucky enough and blessed enough to not blow anything out, tear anything. I've had a couple close calls, basically because I was just not paying attention,
Yep.
like not racking something correctly or something like that, and had a couple close calls where it could have been really bad. But that had been my own fault. But nothing injury-wise has come from training, man. Most stuff that gets people is at the home.
Yeah.
Doing home stuff, climbing ladders. Jose Raymond, my buddy, man, he broke his quad coming out his door. He slipped down the steps on the ice. That's where he snapped his femur that year
man.
when he couldn't compete. All those guys have been getting hurt. They're getting hurt at home. I remember I slipped on the side of my driveway and I fell underneath my truck last year when it was icy out. And I'm looking up, like, man, hope nobody saw that.
That's always the first
And
thing,
then I did
right?
a little pat down, like, shit's not broken, nothing hurts.
Do the wiggle.
I
You
got
just
up, I was
wiggle
like,
your feet a
okay.
little bit. I can move.
I was like, and it looked like a comedy, man. It was like, bam! I'm like, wow. My feet went up. I was like, man, this is comedy. This had been a cartoon, man. It's Dave Henry hour. So, but, you know, a lot of stuff happens at the house, man. You tweak something, you twist something.
How about if you sneeze really hard?
that? Just the one in the back of your neck. You ever got that one?
Yeah.
Then with one side.
It's like when I can feel the sneeze coming, I got to brace myself, make sure I'm looking forward. I don't even want to be looking sideways anymore. That's dating myself. Okay?
Yeah, it's like, man.
It's like, no, I got to get ready.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Oh, okay. Oh.
Well, did you? I don't know if you know Daniel Cormier, heavyweight champ.
Yeah.
He was before his last fight with Derek Lewis. He sneezed, hurt his back. He almost had to pull out,
Oh.
and he ended up working it through. He went in, ended up winning the fight. But it's hilarious. He made a joke of it. He's like, "When you could tell that I'm an older fighter because I hurt my back sneezing."
Yeah.
And I said, "I can relate to that, man. I can relate to that."
Start doing things and eyeball starts twitching or something. And you're like, what is going on?
Yep.
But no, those are the base supplements of stuff I take on a daily basis. Heart health. Oh, I take Cardatone for heart health and actual heart care from Himalaya. I think Himalayan subs. So those things. I'm leaning more towards the internal health of everything, more so than I ever have. Because you've got guys, man, that are overdriving it way early, and they're not going to last long. Versus you got guys such as myself and Dex and some others that are in their mid-40s or so, still able to do this and still relatively internally healthy, you know, by all accounts. Again, given what we do, we're still healthier than what we could be. We're, you know, we're on the worst end, and people dropping dead. Now, get it. Cardiovascular events and stuff like that happen to anyone.
Yep.
And we get it, unforeseen. But I've already had I had a full EKG, echocardiogram done. Man, that was crazy. You ever had one of those?
I have not.
Dude, you got to lay on your side for like 30 minutes, and they're taking all these pictures of your heart and stuff, man. And, you know, they can tell your oxygen flow, your percentage in your blood and all this stuff, man. They were showing you if you got any mitral valve issues and stuff, and any, you know, thickened septums and stuff, and they can do all that. It's crazy. So I've had all that stuff done, you know, no issues with that. So I get blood work every 6 months, you know, to look at things and see how they work.
That's something everybody should be doing.
I do, and I do. I practice that. I practice what I preach, and I highly advise any of my competitive persons to do the same thing. I like to see it and see where we're at, so you can stave off any other damage, man. Because everyone looks at you on the outside, and they're like, "Oh, can't eat that, ha ha ha," because, you know, he must know what he's doing. And, okay, giggle, but inside you could be a mess.
Yeah.
You could be an absolute mess, and some of these guys probably are. And they're probably afraid to see what kind of damage they've done, man. But I want to be around it when I say it's done, and I wipe my hands of this stuff, you know, that I'm still around.
Yep.
You know, and that I'm not broken, and that things are internally, we're still good and are capable of being, you know, corrected to the most part, back to normalcy, if you will, and play with my kid, you know. So
Isn't that the great motivator right there?
yeah.
Playing with your. How old's your kid?
My daughter's 5. She's a smart 5. Let me tell you. Yeah. Anybody faults my stuff? That kid is ingenious. She'll be 6 in March. But,
That's awesome.
fantastic.
That age, so she's 5. She's got a lifetime ahead. So like when I say the great motivator, the great motivator to be around, to be functional, to be able to go and walk and move and everything when they get older.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, Dad, come play with me. I can't. Out of there, you know, and that's, you know, and you are bullshitting. That is actually what I see every time I go out and I'm walking around. I'm looking at everybody else. I'm like, why are you looking at me like I'm the freak? I should not
man,
be.
That's a good
as
point.
A 5'5", 220-pound bodybuilder, I should not be the freak factor. I should not be looked at as the I'm the anomaly. You know what I mean? But we are.
Right,
It's
as opposed to
unfortunate.
like you go to a store and there's like, you know, 35% of them like in those little automated
Obese.
strollers because they can't walk.
Straight up freaking obese, man. We got a big issue in America. We're overdoing a lot of things, and we're making it, and we're pushing legislation and laws to make people accept that fact. And I say, you know, that's garbage to me.
Yeah.
You know, stop fat shaming, stop this and that. I'm like, you know what? Here's the thing. You didn't wake up like that. No. Everyone passes levels, right? You pass the level where you were thin. At one point you were, Then you start getting to the point where you can't see your dick.
That's a sign right
You
there,
know,
man. If
you gotta lift up your gut to see your body parts and stuff, and you can't wash automatically. There's a problem. When the person next to you on the seatbelt is asking for an extender, there's a problem. Okay, come on.
I hate seeing that, man.
Again, it's levels. Everyone claims all these hormonal issues and stuff. Here's the thing: air doesn't make you fat. Period. Breathing does not make you fat. What you're not doing as far as exercise and what you are doing as far as eating is. Stop sugarcoating it. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Breathing right here, I'd be gaining freaking 20 pounds an hour if that was the case.
It's funny because you feel like you don't need to go to a gym to be healthy.
No.
It's like you said it, diet and nutrition. What you're eating is the biggest piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll call it just activity. You got to be mobile. Get up and move around
Gotta
a little
do
bit. You don't got to
something.
go run.
No.
Just get up and move a little bit. Because if you've got your diet in order, you know this. But who am I talking to?
No.
But I mean,
You keep going. Yeah.
But that's
you're
the
fine.
thing, you know. It's like if you can get your diet in some semblance of shape, that's when things will start to move a little bit.
Correct.
You know?
Absolutely correct. I just got off the phone about 10 minutes before getting to you on a guy who reached out to me. He was at a little get together a few nights ago with family members and stuff, and he reached out and said, "I need help, man. I'm a mess." You know, and the guy is in his upper 30s and stuff, and runs a really, really successful business and wants to be around. He says, "I need help." He goes, "I need the accountability. I need dietary help. I've been training for 16 years, but I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. If I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't need your help." Kind of stuff. I just got off the phone with him, seriously, and that's one of the new guys that I'm be taking on. And I said, "I can help you, bro. All I need you to do is you give me the work. I'm going to give you 100% of what I got. You know, don't be dragging my name through the mud if you can't do the work." And that's the one thing I won't stand for. You know, I'll give you everything I got. I have nothing to lose. Yeah. You're not competing against me.
Yep.
You know, this is you trying to get out of your own way. I know what I'm doing. Yep. I know I'm going to go there. I'm going to give everything I got for a top 1-2 finish. You know, you've got to get out of your own way. And if you're trusting me to do that, I can bring you along and we can make it happen. I said, first thing's going to be your diet, bro. Period. What about supplements? I said, whoa.
Don't worry about it.
I said, do not preach that on anyone. Don't mess with supplements unless you're a competitor, or that's been part of your program already. Mm-hmm. I said, we're gonna do everything naturally. We're gonna tune up your diet. We're gonna get your training in hand. And I said, watch the amount of progress that you're gonna make right there. So he's like, oh, he's fired up. So which is good. And I'm like,
awesome.
Good. Let's get him fired up. Let's get him on the schedule for next week, and get this guy rock and rolling, man. So that's my mentality as a trainer out there for stuff, you know. And I'm not claiming I don't know everything. I don't, mm-hmm. But I do bounce my ideas between my wife, between Jose Raymond, between Pete Chicone, who helped me immensely in starting my whole venture on this. With the information, we bounce it all. He goes, man, they might have now he's stumped on a client. Man, so we've been doing this for this. I'd be like, hey, what about this? What about this? So we
so
have
you're getting more than just the one. You're getting a bunch of brains.
I don't do it because I say it.
Yep.
There's a reason behind it, and I can give several references of why. And if I don't know why, we will have a little powwow with my group of dudes, and figure out something. Mm-hmm. So I'll definitely give them credit, man, on those things, and I help them when they need something. You know, that's just as close as we are, and that's just we help each other out.
That's powerful.
You know, that's for our clients, not for each other. If he's trying to get some stuff for himself, you're like, no. No, but it's for our clients. It's powerful, man, and it's a powerful group of stuff that you can do when you get a bunch of heads together to come together with a common solution and common goal. The common goal is to improve your client. Yep. You know, make them believe in themselves that they can get this past certain levels. And I always tell it's levels. It is levels. Stop. You're not going to go from A to 100.
Yep.
You got to go A, B, and then we'll start adding those numbers. We'll get you there. Okay. Yep. But you just got to trust in the process.
Absolutely, man. That's freaking cool. How would somebody reach out to you?
Easy, man. I'm easy to find on IG. David Henry _ IFBB Pro. They can get me at dhenrypro08 at gmail.com, and that's my training email as well as my business motto. So
cool. All right, man.
They can reach me there, man. I'm easy to find. I'm not hard to find at all. Anybody does any amount of looking in any type of internet search and stuff, they can find out, like, you know, how to get hold of me, if you will.
Well, very cool, man. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, of course.
So before we wrap, I want you to let's hit your sponsors one more time. And if there's anything else you want to throw in there, let's go for it.
No, I just want to, again, everybody knows, I'm married. I got an awesome daughter. I want to thank my wife, Nikki, for everything she's done. Dr. Scott Stevenson at Fortitude Training for everything he's helped me with, man, as a good friend and coach and mentor along the years for 13 of my years as well. I remember mentioning my wife to him, and he's like, "Go for it, bro. I think you got a good one. Go, keep her." My daughter Brenna, fantastic. My other daughter, I got to. She's getting married. Alyssa, she's in Tucson. My sponsors, Earth Nutrient. You guys have been fantastic, phenomenal individuals, man. They've been with me and helping me through this process of things, because I've given up on sponsors before. I was like, I wasn't even looking for them. I was like, I'm just going to start training people to supplement. I don't need a sponsor, but they look for me and they got me. I'm happy with them. Hopefully they're happy with me, especially after these 2 wins this year, on their stuff. I got Grip Fitness Audio. I got these guys, Absolute Nutrition Gym and Big Ricky, Sticky Ricky, helping me out with stuff when I need it and everything, giving me this space right here, of course, when you come in for that. I got Brachio. I got several other. I forget who I get. Geared Up. Let's see. I'm looking at my. I don't know. I have to look at my own damn thing.
No worries.
Traeger Grills. Traeger Grills. I'm a brand influencer for those guys. I said Geared Hardware, Gripped Audio Fitness. I do a lot of barbecuing and stuff. You guys know. So Traeger became one of the special ones I've got under me, which is fantastic. Hopefully I can do more with those guys. That'd be fantastic too. It'd be great. Other than that, all good. I'm happy, healthy, glad to be here. Ready to rock for another year again. I'm not retiring by any means, so let's stop all the rumors, guys.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks,
this was awesome.
Thank you. Right on.